Hi, I'm Laurin Seiden. Welcome to New Development. And today we are here with Ananda Giri. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So Ananda Giri is a spiritual teacher who I've been familiar with for just over 2 years now. And you've been traveling the world for about 21 years, you said, teaching?
Yes.
That's amazing. Thank you. And when I was first introduced and exposed to you, I remember your pace and being from India and just getting used to slowing down a little bit. I remember thinking in the first day, I had a 2-week session with you, and in the first day I was, is he going to speed up, or how am I going to be able to keep up with this and retain all of this great information? And about day 2 or day 3, I remember realizing that I didn't really need you to speed up. I just kind of needed to learn how to slow down a little bit. And I think that's so important. I think all of us today with technology, we move so quickly. So what would you say to all of us moving so quickly, and what would you recommend?
I do not know if it's really about moving quickly that matters so much. It's more about transformation in our thinking and in our actions. If our actions are all centered around ourselves, if it's all about you, definitely there is going to be a lack of peace, conflict. In other words, as long as you think of yourself as a separate individual and acted from that space, then the only form of relationship that you would know is to relate to everything as the me and the not me. At every level, my family, not my family, my people, not my people, my religion, not my religion. And if this is the foundation, this idea, this belief, from where you relate to everything, it will cause unrest both inside and outside. But if we realized the interconnectedness of all life, how inseparable we are from each other, how connected we are to each other, then there's a transformation in our thinking. We include others in our thinking, in our actions. Our thinking is no more isolated to ourselves. It includes others. And when we're coming from such a space, from such an awareness, I think it doesn't matter about our pace of living. Still there'll be peace no matter where you are, who you are, what profession you are in, which city you live in. Really does not matter.
What do you recommend? How can we have that sense of peace?
In order to find that peace, I think since you want me to be brief, most of us, we are waiting for something to change outside in order to find that peace. We are waiting for our life conditions to change, our life situations to change, the people around us to change, or the world to change, or the system to change. Every time we feel disturbed inside, or that conflict inside, our immediate reaction is to blame somebody for our inner state. That's our natural reaction, because we have been conditioned to believe that the other, the outer, is responsible for our inner state. But if we realized peace is not so much dependent on our life situations, but rather the meanings we give to our life situations, but rather our responses to life situations, then you would stop blaming the other, or stop desperately trying to change everything around you in order to find that peace, then the attention will turn inwards. You'll observe the meanings that you are giving to life, which is causing the disturbance and pain inside you. You'll observe the stories that you're telling yourself. It's like we are continuously writing a novel about our life,
Right.
telling what our life is like, what it should not be like, how everybody around us is, how the world is, which is causing so much conflict and unrest inside. I believe if a transformation must happen, if you must experience that peace, we must live a life of awareness. Awareness not just of our external conditions and situations. We live in two worlds. There's a world outside of us, a world that is perceived by our five senses. And there's a world within, the world of our thoughts, the world of our emotions. If you can live in awareness of your thoughts and emotions, not all the time, but at least in moments of conflict, in moments of pain, then you have a choice to respond differently. Otherwise, it's the same old response all the time, the same response of fear, anger, blame, judgment. But if you observe the mind and realized it is your meanings, your interpretations, your stories that's causing that pain, I think you'll be free. I think to see is to be free. Awareness is freedom.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, and join us for the next session here with Ananda Giri shortly.